In today's fast-paced and complex world, amid the rush, competition, and calculations of human life, kindness still shines as a guiding light for our most essential human values. Kindness is more than just a polite gesture. It's a reflection of noble character. It shows up when people care, share, and help not for personal gain, but from a place of genuine compassion. Through kindness, society becomes warmer, people feel more connected, and faith in humanity is renewed. But kindness, as powerful as it is, doesn't always yield positive results. When it's misused, misplaced, or given without boundaries, kindness can become a burden, and even a source of harm to the very person offering it. In reality, many kind-hearted individuals have lost themselves in the process of being too good. They're taken advantage of, betrayed, or left behind because their generosity knew no limits. So how can a virtue as beautiful as kindness become a double-edged sword? The answer lies in this: when kindness is no longer guided by reason, when it's no longer grounded in healthy boundaries, it turns into excessive kindness, a form of blind compassion that ignores context and consequence. When taken too far, kindness doesn't just hurt the giver, it distorts relationships and leads to psychological and social harm. That's why learning to understand kindness correctly, especially its necessary limits, is crucial. In this reflection, we'll explore a powerful but sobering truth. Excessive kindness will destroy you. It may sound counterintuitive, even harsh, but it's a perspective rooted in reality, and one well worth examining. To understand the harm of excessive kindness, we must first clarify what excessive really means in the context of being kind. At its core, kindness is about empathy and support without expecting something in return. But when kindness becomes extreme, when we help without thinking, ignore right and wrong, or sacrifice ourselves blindly just to please others, it stops being a virtue. It becomes naivety and weakness, masquerading as goodness. People who are excessively kind often struggle to say no. They constantly try to please everyone, even if it means harming themselves. They live to give, but forget the importance of protecting their own boundaries, the very boundaries that safeguard dignity and self-respect. Real-life experience shows us that those who are too nice easily become targets of exploitation. In social circles, someone who always says yes is often seen as gullible or easy to manipulate. Over time, their time, energy, and emotions are drained. The dependable friend who always takes on others' burdens becomes expected to do so. And the moment they say no, they're suddenly labeled selfish or changed. The more they try to be good, the more they're trapped by others' expectations, until their original kindness becomes the very chain that binds them. This issue isn't limited to friendships. In the workplace, at school, or even within families, excessive kindness can create serious consequences. An employee who quietly picks up the slack becomes the go-to by default, even if it's not their job. A child who sacrifices their dreams to meet their family's expectations may be praised for their loyalty, but they often carry deep regret and confusion later in life. When kind actions stem not from genuine choice, but from a fear of rejection or a desire to avoid conflict, they become distorted. They quietly erode one's sense of identity. Even worse, excessive kindness doesn't just harm the giver, it also damages the receiver. When someone is constantly helped without needing to try, they start expecting it. They grow dependent. They stop valuing effort. In some cases, people even manipulate the kindness of others for personal gain. They use emotional tactics to control situations, to twist motives, or to shift responsibility. Instead of being a bridge between hearts, kindness then becomes fuel for dysfunction, feeding entitlement, and corroding moral integrity. So the real question isn't, should we be kind, but rather, how can we be kind with wisdom and limits? Kindness must be tempered by rational thought. Before offering help, ask, do they truly need it? Is this beyond my responsibility? Will this help them grow or hold them back? Setting boundaries doesn't make you a bad person. In fact, it shows that you have principles, that you respect yourself and treat others fairly. Consider the example of people doing charity work. The line between helping and being exploited is often very thin. Many volunteers serve with their whole hearts, only to be misunderstood, accused of hidden motives, or used as a tool for someone else's gain. Even the noblest actions can be twisted by those who lack ethics. This reminds us, even the most beautiful intentions need clarity, self-awareness, and accountability in order to protect their original value. It's important to stress, this message is not about promoting selfishness or indifference. Kindness is, and always will be, the foundation of ethical living. But being kind doesn't mean being a doormat. It's not about closing your eyes and giving blindly. It's about offering the right thing to the right person at the right time. That's intelligent kindness, the kind that is both humane and strong. A truly kind person is someone who knows how to set limits, who knows when to give and when to hold back. Kindness is an irreplaceable virtue in our lives. But like all things, it must exist within balance and boundaries. Kindness is not about unconditional sacrifice. It's not the only measure of goodness. When it becomes blind, when it loses clarity, it can hurt the one who gives, corrupt the one who receives, and create ripple effects of harm across society. So the goal is not to stop being kind, but to learn how to be kind wisely. Learn to say no when it matters. Learn to draw lines. And above all, never forget to be kind to yourself. Because only then does kindness truly become a light that guides, not a quiet flame that burns within you, unnoticed, until it consumes you. Remember, kindness is the most powerful weapon we have, but only when it's held by a steady heart and a clear mind.